Hello everyone, Simon Bard here, and welcome to a new movie review. Let's start off the review with this. My favorite comic strip is The Peanuts, featuring good old Charlie Brown, which then led to many TV specials, a TV show, and movies, with Snoopy Come Home being my favorite of them. And thus Blue Sky Studios and one of the directors of Dr. Seuss's Horton Hears a Who happened to make another Peanuts movie, making it the 5th movie featuring the Peanuts gang, and to be released in time for the comic's 65th anniversary and the first TV special's 50th anniversary. And that film is known as The Peanuts Movie. The movie is based on the characters and comic strip created by Charles M. Schulz, and surprisingly, the movie was co-written by Schulz's son Craig and grandson Brian, hence why the title is mentioned as by Schulz. While the kids were enjoying a snow day, Charlie Brown was busy trying to fly his kite and practice his baseball pitching, resulting in the same outcome he always has. But a new neighbor moves across the street from Charlie Brown's house, who happens to be the little red-haired girl, and Charlie Brown tries to get her to notice him, but has no luck every time. But after receiving 100% on a big test, Charlie Brown becomes the most popular kid in school, and everyone has an obsession over him except for Lucy. And all while this is going on, Snoopy finds a typewriter and writes a story about himself as the World War I flying ace, fighting the Red Baron and having a romantic interlude with a poodle named Fifi. So all in all, this movie does have the feel of a Peanuts special, with its humor and such, but the one major problem, for me anyway, is the story. There seems to be one too many points in Charlie Brown trying to impress the little red-haired girl. He tries to practice some dance moves for the school's winter dance, he tries to enter the school talent show as a magician, and he tries to write a book report by himself due to his partner, who is supposed to be writing with him, being absent. Yes, it does make it feel like it's all part of one story, but it's a lot to take in. Not to mention, the story has similarities to other Peanut specials, such as A Charlie Brown Valentine, Happy New Year Charlie Brown, and It's Your First Kiss Charlie Brown. I mean, there's so many other ideas in the comics, why don't we just stick to something that's already been done? The Snoopy side plot is good enough, as well as the other Charlie Brown story, why would you need this? And even though the makers are trying to hide the little red-haired girl's face, it's not much of a surprise when it's revealed at the end, because there are points in the movie where you can see what she looks like, from the side or from the front, with her eyes open or eyes closed. It's not such a big deal since she's already been shown before in the previously mentioned specials, yet with different looks and names attached. And even then, the comics don't show her, they only show her as a silhouette. I know these would be nitpicks and all, but they're so big that they're hard to overlook. But from plot aside, everything else about this film is pretty good. The animation is Blue Sky Studios' best work. It's so very stylish, unlike any I've ever seen. Mostly done to look like the comics and TV specials, but feel more updated and looking pretty great. With a combination of 2D and 3D, with 2D used for certain effects, characters' thoughts, and a host of others. And most of its movement looking like stop motion. There's even some of the classic dance moves as well as some new ones, but this one gets me more. And I do like how Snoopy becomes part of the story and how his adventure ties into the main plot, and it's not just him being a filler element or a distraction from the story. But I do like how his imagination as the flying ace intercepts with what is really going on from what he sees. And the music does seem wonderful. Sure, there's an original score by Christopher Beck, but there's also original songs by Meghan Trainor and pieces from Ludwig van Beethoven and Vince Guaraldi sprinkled within the film. And it's so good to hear them when they pop up. And even though the actors voicing the characters are mostly unknown kids, they do have the right feel and portrayal of the Peanuts gang. Noah Schnapp voices Charlie Brown, Alex Garfin voices Linus Van Pelt, Noah Johnston voices Schroeder, Hadley Bell Miller voices Lucille or Lucy Van Pelt, Venus Omega Schulthesis voices Peppermint Patty, Mario Sheets voices Sally Brown, AJ Teese voices Pigpen, Merrick Marmar Walker voices Franklin, William Alex Wunshi voices Sherman, Rebecca Bloom voices Marcy, Anastasia Brenakina voices Patty, Francesca Angelucci Capoliti voices the little red-haired girl and Frida, Christian Chenoweth voices Fifi, Troy Trombone Shorty Andrews provides trombone sounds for Miss Othmore and little red-haired girl's mother, and archival recordings of Bill Melendez were used for Snoopy and Woodstock. As a whole, this movie is delightful. The characters are great, the story is nice, and the animation is the best the studio has done. Director Steve Martino has done a great job of capturing the charm and delight of the TV specials and comics. And while the story could have been a lot more from how many ideas there were in the strip, or maybe kept a bit simple, it's still good to see with it being very stylish in its animation and an almost close contender for being the best Blue Sky Studio has done since Dr. Seuss's Horton Hears a Who. And with the studio's next adaptation of Ferdinand coming out next month, I feel that Blue Sky has a great talent for staying true to the original source and presenting them in a very unique way. And this here is one of them. So today, this movie will begin a rating of 3 stars. So thank you for joining me. Like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Facebook or Twitter, support me on Patreon, and tune next week for a new video.